Hey everybody, this is Daryl with Motivation Through Recovery. Remember, you are somebody and you do matter. Today we're going to talk about what's your mental game in recovery. Do you master the mental game of recovery? You know, a lot of people always know about the physical game. You go to AA meetings, NA meetings, you get together with your sponsor, you get together with your support groups, you do the right things you're supposed to do on a regular basis. Those are the things that you need to be doing and you should be doing. But do you ever work on your mental game? The mental game when it comes to your recovery. Well, how does that look? Well, first of all, when it comes to the mental game of your recovery, you got to start seeing yourself as a person who's in long-term successful recovery. A person who is in long-term successful recovery. Okay, so let's go deeper. What does that look like? What does long-term successful recovery look like? Is that you owning your first home or owning a home? Is it you traveling? Is it you having that dream job or going back to school and getting that GED or that degree? What does that look like? What does it look like for you? What's your dream? What's your passion? What's your purpose? What's the thing that you desire out of your recovery? Because you got to desire something out of your recovery. Listen, because if you don't desire anything out of your recovery, then your recovery won't demand anything out of you. And you got to have something demanding your recovery. Something that keeps you engaged, something that keeps you focused, something that keeps you going because you got something worth fighting for. Steve Harvey said this. He said, if you can believe it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Saying that if you see it in your mind clearly enough, you can hold that very thing in your mind and it can come to pass. It can manifest itself. But it just doesn't manifest itself just because you think about it. But it manifests itself when you put it in the forefront of your mind and you begin to put the work in on a regular basis. You got to put the work in order to make it work for you. Okay? Put yourself in a position where you can see that picture of what your new recovery lifestyle looks like. You got to see what it looks like. What does it look like for you? And nobody else has that dream but you. So the first thing you want to do is you want to see clearly what that recovery lifestyle looks like, the new you, and what that new life is going to become. The second thing you want to do is you want to start putting new things that are going to stoke the fire of that new dream of your recovery. Well, what do I mean by that? I mean, go ahead and start looking at books and finding DVDs and CDs that match up and line up with the dreams and the purpose and plans that you want out of life. Okay? AA and NA books are good. Those are great things, but you got to go deeper than that. You got to go further than that. Don't just rest there. Find other things that will stoke your fire of recovery and keep you going. There's a friend of mine that talks about a recovery podcast that he listens to every day on the way to work because it makes him feel good and it energizes him about his actual recovery. And it puts it at the forefront of why he's doing what he does on a daily basis, all the time, every day, all day. That's what you want to do. So the first thing is, number one, you got to see it in your mind. What is it that you want in this new recovery? You just can't be going, well, I just want to be sober. That ain't good enough. You got to go deeper than that. What is it that I want? There's something that you require. There's something that you desire, that you want out of your recovery. And you got to determine what that is. And then the second thing is you got to find other things that you can add to your physical recovery life. Find DVDs, CDs, find books, find tapes, go to training classes and courses, whatever. All these things are all available for you so you can continue to win the battle of recovery, the battle of addiction on a regular basis. Because it's more than just being sober. It's about living a recovery lifestyle, and you deserve it. So find the things that are actually going to trigger you into the right direction and not the wrong. Things are going to trigger you into your recovery and not your addiction. I'm Daryl with Motivation Through Recovery. Remember, you are somebody and you do matter.